This is a review for Godzilla, King Kong, The New Empire. All right, so we got another one of these giant monster movies that they've been making. And this one is kind of just like all the other ones before it with the King Kong and Godzilla and other monsters, which is both, a plus because they make for decent popcorn films, but a bit of a negative because they are a bit repetitive. It's just, King Kong and Godzilla versus other monsters. And the King Kong and Godzilla fight one another at one point. But my God, if it isn't entertaining when the giant monsters are fighting one another. You got King Kong taking on this other giant ape. And the other giant gorilla has this spine, I guess, of a dinosaur. It's just bone, but he's able to use that to strangle King Kong, garrote him with this giant dinosaur bone spine. You got Godzilla taking on a crab monster in Rome, and then Godzilla takes on King Kong in Egypt next to the pyramids, and at one point just grabs a shit ton of sand and throws it in Godzilla's eye. So yeah, like I said, decent monster movie. Plot, I just told you, giant monsters fighting one another. I mean, there's a little more to it. You remember in the last film how, you found out that underneath the surface of the earth, it's hollow, the earth, and there's, this giant jungle that King Kong was living in. At the end of that film, well, we find out that there's another layer beneath that where all the giant apes were. It breaks open, the giant apes come out, and they are pissed at Godzilla because he's the one that put him there, and they have a plan to kill him with this giant Komodo dragon that breathes like cold air, and freezes everything. And they have these human characters who do something, but not really. There's always the drawback. Well, at least with this series, the human characters are just bland and boring, and who gives a shit? I mean, they have something with the main scientist woman from the last film and her daughter, who used to be a member of the tribe that lived on Skull Island. Is okay, It's like, a family dynamics and whatnot, but, there's no other real characters that stand out. I mean, there are characters in it, human characters, but they do nothing for the storyline. Yeah, but like I said, just a decent popcorn film. Giant monsters fighting one another. I don't know what more you could ask for. Okay, so let's just get to rating. I rate movies based on how much I paid to see them. In this case, $10.50 versus how much I actually think they're worth it. I'll say $10.50 is a bit steep for this. I would go to a matinee. Maybe save yourself a buck or two. So we're going to go with $9.50 out of $10.50. What do you think? Did you like it?